It was good. It's your boy Joey Monteca. Thanks for tuning in Thirsty Words. Hey, before we get started, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, do me a favor, look me up on social media at Thirsty Words, THIRSTYWORD with an S, plural. But let's get into it. So, did y'all get to check out this Camron interview and 50 Cent video on YouTube? Yo, this shit is fire. Dope ass interview. Great interview. They're really talking about 50's residency. But to me, why I love this interview so much is because if you know hip hop history like I know rap history, you know that 50 and Camron was going at it back in the day. Come on.
Let me explain something to you. I'm saying to you, I got projects over there. I just signed off. I just signed off to. Right. I just let him do that deal.
Hey, what is portion of your success? How much Lloyd Banks on?
Well, Lloyd Banks is at 300,000.
And he's on the major, and Jim is at 300,000.
Right. And that's great for Jimmy, but Jimmy's not. Let's look. That's great for Jimmy.
Dipset this year.
You're not gonna be. You
All right,
a whole different situation. Watch
Curtis, how much did
Let's not make it a different situation.
And Cam was in his peak after the whole Dipset, kind of breaking off from Rockefeller, and then, you know, kind of going on his own. But at the same time, they were flooding the streets with mixtapes, yo, and they were popping. So when finally Camron disses 50, he's at his peak after Paid in Full. You know, after the whole, him having his own platinum album. After him making Jules Santana and Jim Jones super duper famous, yo, bowling, you know what I mean? And the young boy Jules Santana was, you know what I mean? He was the heat back in the day. Come on, he was the fire. So, but seeing these two sit down and have a rapport with each other and just be all smiles and shit, that shit is dope to me, you know? So here I'll break down the interview if y'all didn't watch it yet, but definitely go watch it. It's part 1. They're saying that part 2 comes out next week, which we'll do another episode on. So first they're talking about his residency, and how dope is that? We finally get a residency, a hip-hop residency, finally. Think about it. This is going to change the game. And I think he got like 15 mil or so, 15, 17 mil. He got some astronomical number. And the dates ain't even, it's basically around Christmas time, right after Christmas to the New Year's. And so it's not like a prolonged residency that's going to be like forever. Like he got 15 mil to like be there for a week. And I mean, I expect the best out of 50. I mean, one of my young boys, my young boy, right? He loves 50 Cent. Shout out Riley. Riley always, that's my young boy. He's the man. He loves 50 Cent, yo. I'm talking about loves 50 Cent. And I think he said he loves 50 Cent because of like his mom and that was like some of the rap music they listened to, you know, in his household growing up. So it really stuck with him. So through these last, I say like 3 years of me and him becoming really good friends and me trying to show him old rap and him saying what he likes of old rap and shit like that, you know, he plays a lot of 50 Cent and a lot of G-Unit. And he actually, so I listened to a lot of 50 Cent music that was like, damn, yo, this song is fire. Like, it still hits today. Like, come on, we all know Trumping Around with Many Men. But like, When It Rains, It Pours. Come on, When It Rains, It Pours. That shit is so fire. And that's off the soundtrack. That's off 50's soundtrack of the movie, you know what I mean? The 50 Cent movie. So, Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah, I almost forgot. I almost slipped up. So, like, that song's fire. There's just so many ill songs, you know what I mean? I don't care what you say about me. But get $1 out of me. Come on, man. Come on. With Snoop, like, there's so many hits, yo. And it's 50. So you know he's going to bring a lot of motherfuckers out, yo. A lot of motherfuckers out. Definitely. They're going to, for residency, like, shit's ill. So, but then they talk about, like, you know, his show and how big Power has become. And then, you know, he got his main studio where he kind of edits a lot of his media, you know, video media, everything for stars and all this shit and whatever he doing is in Louisiana. So they talk about that, you know, which is like, that's ill that he put a studio in Louisiana. Then they talk about his Den of Thieves. I guess he executive produced Den of Thieves, or he has some production credits of the new Den of Thieves that I think comes out in a couple weeks or a week or two, like right before Christmas. Like, bro, put it like this, and I have said this before. 50 is the P. Diddy that we needed. Granted, Puffy is Puffy. He done his whole thing. I would never ever take anything away from him, because his personal life and his music and business life is separated. So you got to respect him for the business. You got to respect him for the music. But 50 Cent is the next P. Diddy. And it seems like so 50 Cent's a cancer. Let me break this down. 50 Cent's a cancer, right? So cancers are like, I'm a cancer too, but I'm like a cancer. I'm in the 22nd, so I'm a cancer Leo cusp. So I got a lot of Leo qualities too. But I got a lot of friends that are cancers. And cancers are like those people, like, really, you don't fuck with a cancer. You leave cancers alone, for real. Because they're slick mouth. They always got something to say. You don't want to argue with a cancer. You're not going to fucking win. You know what I mean? So, like, 50 got all these qualities, but also cancers are very reserved people. Cancers understand that when it's time for business and to get down to business and work, it's time for business and work. When it's time for play, you play. So I think 50 has done this through his whole career, has separated work and play very well. I mean, it's insane, like where his career has came from. So the way he's able to separate work from play, which makes sense because he's cancer, is awesome. He's just somebody that is actually a role model. If you think about it, like, for real, I mean, I know athletes, players, rappers, singers, that's the last thing they ever want to be, is a role model. But 50's a role model, yo. He talking about he's hanging out with Tyler Perry, that him and Tyler Perry chop it up about some AI technology that, Tyler was showing 50. Like, for real, you kicking it with Tyler Perry? Like, that's big. That's you know what I mean? That's big. That's Oprah big, like, But I just love this interview, you know what I mean? Like, he breaks it down. Like always, they always ask him, whatever happened with Ghost from Power, and why was he always so bitter and said 50 ain't pay him or whatever. They asked that question a million times, so I'm not, but of course they talk about that. But I'm not going to brush on that because that has been in every 50 fucking interview in the past since Power been out. Well, since the original Power has stopped. You know what I mean? Because we still got all the spin-off shows, which are insane. You know what I mean? But like I said, I mean, these two dudes hated. Like, I don't know if they hated each other, but they were definitely hating each other on music. Curtis! And I love Cam. This is like Camron and like his prime, like fucking like Teen Wolf surfing on the top of cars, like just like I'm telling you. And at the time, like 50, like kind of like, he kind of bailed on New York. He kind of like left New York. New York wasn't really feeling 50 at the time. He had beef with so many people. He had problems with so much. He had problems with the Locks. He had problems with Dipset. Then of course, like, all he mentions, he talks about like how sometimes problems just happen, and how like he had problems with Fat Joe, which was really like nothing, but it turned to a problem. So he just had problems with so many people in New York, but he still handled it like a cancer, like for real. But y'all gotta go watch this episode, man. But it's just ill to see two people that had problems in rap music and bumped heads at one point. 50 was on his way down, Cam was on his way up. But 50 was so famous at the time, it kind of just evened out. And then to see them sit down and do this dope interview, and to see them all smiles and really like articulate, you know what I mean, what they got going on, So, and Camron asks great questions, you know what I mean? So go watch that interview, man. Camron interviewing 50 Cent, great interview. I can't wait to part 2. Part 1 was dope. It's only 30-minute interview. You could watch it on your way to work in the morning, whatever. And they just got good personalities, so I can't wait to part 2. But, yo, I'm about to be up out of here, yo. It's that time. So y'all be easy. I'm gonna finish my drink. Y'all have a great week, man. Peace. Thirsty words, baby. Look me up on social media, man. Don't play. Peace.